In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make $10,000 per hour. Now, if you are working a 9 to 5, it's going to be hard for you to understand that that's even a possibility because you might be making $20, $30, or $40 per hour. And if that's the case, how is it possible that somebody can make $10,000 an hour? So I'm going to break down all of the different examples and what you need to do in order to get to that level. Hey guys, welcome to the Hone Zone, where we help you multiply the assets you own. And right there, that's a hint. And for those who don't know me, I'm Hone, and I help people figure out how to buy more assets. If you want to make more money, you have to figure out how to make money without trading your time for it. When we go to school, we are taught you got to go get an education and then go get a good job. And then that good job will pay you by the hour. Your objective was just to climb the ladder until you made more and more and more per hour. And then you can go to your parents and say, hey mom, hey dad, I make $40 an hour, $50 an hour. I make 6 figures. And then they're so proud of you. And then you're proud of yourself because you feel like you did the right thing. All the while, you are silently suffering because you hate your job. And to top it off, you spend all of your time at this place that you hate. So here you are, you're spending all of your time at work, you're making 6 figures, right? $100,000 plus. And then you see a video like this saying, make $10,000 an hour. And you go, huh? Well, that's a scam, number one, right? And then number two, let me see what he's talking about. Because if it's true, then you only have to work 10 hours to make the equivalent $100,000. How crazy, right? All right, so we got 40 hours a week times 50 weeks in the year. That's 2,000 hours that you are spending at a job that you absolutely hate. And then here's a video, again, where you only have to work 10 hours compared to 2,000 hours, and you're making the same amount of money? All right, I'm biting. What's the deal? Let's talk about Marcus Lemonis, where he talks about the 3 Ps, people, product, and processes, right? And so that's the same thing you want to focus on. With real estate, the product is the properties, right? So you got properties that you're selling or you're renting out, and then you have the people who work on the properties, and then you have your process, how you find your properties, how you fund them, how you hire people to go do the work, right? My job is to show you guys how you guys need to create your business so that you can make $10,000 an hour. If you buy a property and you're aiming to flip that property, let's say you buy the property for $100,000 and then you put $50,000 into it, $25,000 in closing costs, right? Closing costs, carrying costs, all that kind of stuff, right? So right now we're in for $175,000. And then let's say you're able to sell the property for $265,000. After closing costs and commissions, again, you're going to profit $50,000, right? $50,000 goes into your pocket. If you only spent 5 hours on that property, then voila, you made $10,000 an hour. So how is that possible? Let's talk about that part, right? Let's talk about how that's possible. So first, let's talk about the product. Did you buy it correctly, right? Did you find a property that was going to sell for $265, $275 to account for all closing costs, and were you all in for $175? Did you have that spread? Did you have a product that was good enough to produce that kind of profit? Do you have the people who can do the work for you reliably? Or are you having to go in there and do a lot of things yourself? That's a super important part, because if you don't have the people, then you are the people. So if you have the people, then you get to not do the work. And that's what's really important to focus on. Now, in terms of the process, how much oversight are you giving the people? Do you have to walk them through every single thing? Do you have a separate electrician, plumber, HVAC person, drywall person? Or do you have one general person who manages the whole thing for you? Because if you have to manage all those steps, that's more hours in the process. If you have that one person that you get to talk to, you might only spend 1 hour on the project, and then the rest of the time is spent by that person managing all of the people. So now, if you have that person and you have that process, what are you spending your time on? Well, you had to find the property, you had to figure out the money, you had to go to closing, and you had to do all of those kind of things. When you add up all of the time, it might only be 5 hours, believe it or not, which is pretty crazy to some of you guys. Most people don't think about it that way because they're thinking like, oh, I got to go in there and I got to go paint the property and I got to go hang the doors and all that stuff. No, you don't. No, you don't, because there are people who are way better than you at it. So why would you do it when they can do it and you can pay them? Now, you're like, well, if I do it myself, I can save money. But are we here to save money, or are we here to free up our time? Are we here to gain financial freedom so that we can go do whatever we want, right? If you don't have the time to do whatever you want, then what was the point of it all? So my philosophy is your time is the most important thing. And so if you can pay somebody else to do it, then great. You only focus on the things that you are the only one capable of doing. Your job is just to find the people and then to create the process. Isn't that cool, right? That's the cool part. Being able to enjoy your life because you've created a system that works for you. You don't work for it. Now, some people might say, Hone, it can't be that easy. Well, I didn't say it was easy, but also I would assume that if you're working 2,000 hours a year at your job, that's not easy either. If you spend a little bit of time building your process and building up your team of people and knowing the different products, like different property types, like whether you're going to do single family home, multifamily home, all that kind of stuff, right? If you just learn those things, which isn't that hard, and then you focus your time and attention on building that, then fantastic. You're going to be able to create that business eventually that serves you. And if you guys want to learn more about how to do that, you guys can go to honezone.com and check out my free training that's on there. Hopefully you do something with it, and then you go out and you build that business and you go, Hone, you were right. It's not that hard. I can do it, and it was so worth it. The other option you have, though, is not spend the time building the business, and you get to stay at your job for the rest of your life. Scary, right? If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so that you get alerted every time I release a new video. Also, share this video with somebody that it might impact. Who knows? Somebody you know might create a business because of you, because you shared this video. All right, guys, that is it. I'm Hone Tai. Let's multiply.